Alright, what's going on guys? Amanda back at it again in here for another video for you guys for today. And today, yes, I am in here for my SummerSlam 2011 review, and I gotta say, overall with SummerSlam, I thought it was a good show, and it was worth the $50 that I paid for, at least in my opinion anyway. I don't know what you guys thoughts are on SummerSlam, but for me, personally, I did enjoy it, and nothing really bad to say about the show. We had some good surprises, and a couple of appearances. Of course, we had CeeLo Green, coming out and, doing his little concert thing. And, I have nothing really bad to say about CeeLo Green. It's just that, I think, one song was enough, and he went to sing, another song after that, which I believe was just enough with the first song. So, I can agree with that. He could have dealt without the other song, but, nonetheless, I thought it was a good performance, so nothing really bad to say about it. Also had some appearances by Stephanie McMahon. That's right, yeah, Stephanie McMahon making a return here, and she didn't actually, show up in the ring, but with a backstage segment with CM Punk, and as well, with a little bit with Triple H and stuff like that, which is cool to see. So good to see Stephanie McMahon back. Don't know if we're going to see her on Raw tonight, but we'll have to wait and see. So it looks like SummerSlam as of right now is a special appearance by Stephanie McMahon. Also, we did have a return, and that's right, the Rated R Superstar Edge coming out, and I will get to talk about what Edge, came out for and stuff like that later on in this review. So that's definitely cool to have there. Also, we had, as well as an appearance by Jimmy Hart, talking with R-Truth and the whole conspiracy thing, which is actually pretty funny. So, I did enjoy that. But those are among appearances and stuff like that that we had during SummerSlam last night. So, those were really cool as well. So, nothing bad to say about that. Also, we did have a surprise match, made, and, with The Miz coming out, finally making an appearance at SummerSlam. Miz really excited to be at SummerSlam, and wanting a match, and we had a match made, and it was a 6-man tag. With some of the matches that we thought were gonna be added onto SummerSlam in the singles match anyway. Were added as a 6-man tag team match, and with this one we had The Miz, R-Truth, and Alberto taking on Kofi Kingston, John Morrison, and Rey Mysterio. And this was a good way to kick things off here, and I actually enjoyed this match. It was a good back and forth matchup, and getting into what we did get to see a little bit, everyone getting involved, of course, and a lot of good back and forth stuff, and some good spots in this one as well. So, really enjoyed it, and with that being said, in the end, who did get to win? And that's right, Rey Mysterio, John Morrison, and Kofi Kingston ended up defeating Team Miz in this one. So nothing bad to say about that, but it was a good way to kick things off. So that's it when it comes to the first match. Next match, right after that, we had Sheamus against Mark Henry, and this one was a pretty good matchup. We see some, good things here in the epic spot, which I will talk about in a little while, which is really crazy there. So, the match in itself was pretty good. Kind of went a little bit too much overtime, but that's about it really. But anything's not what we did get to see between Sheamus and Mark Henry. We see the right hands and the headbutt, and Sheamus really trying to take down Mark Henry, but kind of failed a couple of times, and I had a tough time taking out Mark Henry in this one. You see the high knee as well as the clothesline, the usual moves that Sheamus usually does, and Mark Henry coming back in this one and taking out Sheamus at times. We see the big splash as well as the backbreaker in this one as well, the axe handle, and the shoulder block, and getting back to that epic spot, in the barricade too, where Sheamus was pretty much laid out in the way, and Mark Henry running through the barricade and taking him and Sheamus out, which is really crazy. So that was a 6 spots there at the barricade. In the end, however, Mark Henry, yes, does get the win there, and winning by countout. So that's pretty much it when it comes to that. So wasn't really expecting a whole lot out of this. Wasn't really too much excited about it, but Mark Henry nonetheless does get the win, and that's what happens with that. So that's it when it comes to that match. Next match right after that, We have the Divas Championship, which is after the CeeLo Green concert, and with this piece, so we have Kelly taking on Beth Phoenix. We have Kelly alongside with Eve and Beth, alongside with Natalia and the Divas of Doom. So with that being said, this was a good match, and the Divas actually getting some time, so can't complain about that. So it's a good thing that they got some time, and were able to show things. Showcase their wrestling and everything like that. So nothing really bad. Too much to say about this one. Running things down briefly, what we did get to see here in this match. Anyway, you see the rights here as well as the head scissors by Kelly. I see the crossbody as well, even as well to the outside, which is actually pretty interesting there as well, and pretty cool. I see the clothesline, the headbutt, as well as the suplex, and it came to a point where Beth Phoenix just about had the matchup won when she was going to get the Glam Slam, but Kelly actually comes back and reverses it and gets the roll up and defeats Beth Phoenix and retains the Divas Championship. So I was pretty sure Beth Phoenix was going to get the win and become new Divas Champion. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but maybe when the next pay-per-view comes around with Night of Champions, Beth Phoenix will get the win and become champion. So that's it when it comes to that. So that too was a good Divas match, and that's it when it comes to that one. Next match right after that, another good match. We got Wade Barrett taking on Bryan. Yes, this match was added to SummerSlam, and I believe this was added on Saturday on WWE.com. This match was a good match, and it wasn't for the briefcase or anything like that, so it just was a plain old singles match. And running things down and what we did get to see in this match, and we see a lot of good back and forth stuff. In the way, it was mainly all Bryan, but we did see some good things by Wade Barrett in this one as well. We see the headbutt here, as well as the headlock, and the takedown and the drop kick. Bryan trying to take down Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett trying to defeat Bryan in this one. We see a couple of reversals as well, side slam, as well as a slingshot backbreaker as well. We see the big boot to the outside, which is pretty crazy, by Wade Barrett to Bryan. Like I said, some good spots as well in this one. Good back and forth one work with these guys, and we see the lapel lock, which actually doesn't help Bryan. And in the end, the waist slam, we do get to see that, and yes, Wade Barrett does get to defeat Bryan. Wasn't really happy about that too much, but Wade ended up getting the win here and not Bryan. So overall, it was a good match, and I can't really complain about that. So that's it when it comes to Bryan and Wade Barrett. So Wade Barrett winning it there. Next match, we got the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, no holds barred match, and we got Christian taking on Randy Orton, and of course this feud, continuing into SummerSlam, and this was another good match, and I really enjoyed this match between them, and I have been enjoying most of their matches too, anyways. So nothing really too bad to say about the feud and everything like that, and running things down and what we did get to see here, and it was a good back and forth matchup to say the least, and what we did get to see here, this is where we see Edge returning before I even forget, and cutting a promo, a return promo, if you will, with Christian, and that was actually Christian's surprise there, and Edge not really happy about how Christian has been doing as of late, and Edge saying he's done some pretty sneaky stuff in the past, and to become world champion and stuff like that, and he didn't realize how of a whitey bitch Christian became. So Edge not really happy about that, and right after that the match did get started. So that was actually a good promo there. And of course, I was pulling for Christian in this one. Why wouldn't I? And with that being said, let's get into what we did get to see here. And with that, we got to see the slaps and the clothesline here, as well as the elbow. Good back and forth stuff here, like I mentioned. The body drop, the stomps, as well as the high knee here. A couple attempts by the kill switch and by the RKO. We see the use of a table, actually like 3 times. So that's actually nothing really to complain about there. We see the use of the steel steps and the Singapore cane, and that, Christian really tried to choke out Randy Orton with the Singapore cane as well. I believe we saw the use of a steel chair a couple of times. They really fought out in the crowd as well for a while. Not too much, but for a little while. We see the announcer table break as well with the RKO there on the Spanish announce table. So that was cool to see. But in the end, Christian actually ends up losing and doesn't beat Randy Orton, unfortunately, and Randy Orton does end up winning. And S&D, I know you're watching this, and I'm sure you were marking out with that. So nothing really too bad to say about the match. I really enjoyed it. Kind of give it to Randy Orton there, but it would have been better if Christian won it. Maybe he'll probably win it back at Night of Champions and have the feud end there. Is the next best thing. So yes, Randy Orton does win the World Heavyweight Championship once again. So yeah, nonetheless, it was a good match. So that's it when it comes to that. Then right after that, we get into the main event, the WWE Championship. The undisputed WWE Championship. We got John Cena and CM Punk and Triple H, the special guest referee. And surprisingly, Triple H actually called the match, down the middle. Didn't really screw anybody out of this. So it was, again, another good match and a good back and forth matchup, to say the least. And it's kind of like the feeling that we saw at Money in the Bank, and the crowd mostly going for CM Punk, some of the crowd going for John Cena, and the crowd was really good throughout the whole night. So I really enjoyed that, and I was into this one as well. And I was pretty much marking out for most of the night anyway. So it ended up being really good. But anyway, running things down, and what we did get to see for their rematch here, and with this, we see the side headlock, the takedown, as well as the suplex and the elbow drop here, the big boot, and as well as the headbutts by CM Punk. We see the side slam, the shoulder lock, a triangle choke by CM Punk, which looked like a triangle choke if I'm not mistaken too. We see the STF as well as the crossface by John Cena. We did get to see that, as well as the suicide dive, and as well as the 5-knuckle shuffle. And I believe we saw the Attitude Adjustment at least 2 to 3 times, and a couple of times with the GTS. And in the end, yes, CM Punk does end up winning the match and retaining the WWE Championship. But you think that would be over? Well, that wasn't the case, and that SummerSlam did not just end, right away like that. But yes, we did have interference, if you will, with Kevin Nash. That's right, Kevin Nash, coming back since the Royal Rumble, taking out CM Punk. With that being said, and before that even happened, John Cena had his leg under the ropes, kind of like the controversy that we have with Christian, and CM Punk ended up winning the championship, and then right after that, Kevin Nash came out, and then right after that, things got even crazier, and that's right, Alberto Del Rio coming out and officially cashing in on CM Punk, and yes, is your new WWE champion, and destiny being made for Alberto Del Rio. Kind of congratulating Alberto Del Rio on this one. Things really got crazy towards the end, so I'm kind of interested in seeing what's going to happen. So I'm not really going to bitch anything about that. So I'm kind of looking forward to what's going to happen with that. Should be good. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that about does it for SummerSlam and my SummerSlam review. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on SummerSlam. What are your thoughts on the cash-in? Kevin Nash returning, and the rest of the matches as well, and the surprises. But that about does it for this review, and as always, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.